Hi all, now that the latest stories from the Outland has dropped, and we've gotten the page for the next legend, Seer, and the name Emergence, for the season, I'd figured I'd run you through what's been announced and connect it to some stuff found in the code, so you have a better idea of what to expect. First, the Dragon LMG, which is now named Rampage. We first saw it in a dev stream a little while ago, and here it is, fully textured and fleshed out. So, you're probably wondering, how will the Dragon work, and how will it stand out from the other LMGs? Others have suggested that it might be a light ammo LMG. However, I find this hard to believe because a light ammo LMG would just be an R99 with 50 bullets, which would seem very hard to balance. With the Spitfire entering the care package and the pilot coming out, there's room for a heavy ammo LMG to replace Spitfire. Hence, I think it will be heavy ammo, not light. Suspiciously, the Sentinel has had a bunch of unused settings added in Season 9 for energizing the weapon. These imply that there is a gun coming out that also uses the charge-up mechanic like the Sentinel, as these variables wouldn't need to exist otherwise. And with the name likely previously being the Dragon, it's likely that Fire Theme will tie into consuming thermites to shoot faster, do more damage, do a damage over time effect, whatever. You can also see a cylinder on the bottom of the gun that looks like it would fit a thermite. Furthermore, there are slits on the side of the weapon that are probably heat vents for fire to come out of. And if you look closely, they've got an anodized effect, as the fire has been exiting from them and scarring the metal. Now, the next legend. So, let's dissect what we can pull out of the files about the next legend, and connect them to the icons we've got. For theory crafting abilities, I'm going to assume that in the teaser, they're shown in the order of passive, tactical, and ultimate. So, the passive icon. It appears to be an eye made up of microdrones, similar to Bloodhound's tactical icon, which reasonably means that it can detect people. If we look at the original Season 0 Seer design for the tactical, it says that they can gather information on enemies. Combined with the fact to find the teaser, you have to listen for the heartbeat, I think it's reasonable to say that the passive will have some sort of hear nearby enemies' heartbeats louder, or detect them, as it all seems to be themed around that. For the tactical, we have a few clues. One is a UI color entry for being in range, out of range, and default. This suggests that it's a crosshair element that lights up when hovering over an enemy, and that changes color when you're either in range or out of range, or not targeting an enemy with your tactical. This tells us that it is directional and ranged, like a beam or a cone. There are additional blanked entries in the script files for sonar and silence effects added this season. These blanked entries appear when they typically add something to the code, but don't want the public to see it, so they just replace it with spaces. For the ultimate, the icon doesn't really tell much, other than it will involve the heart chamber, which can be seen to contain the microdrones, and it appears to be opening in the icon. So we can assume it will release a large swarm of microdrones to do something. Looking at the movie Big Hero 6, the microbots in that movie can combine to create large structures, so perhaps it creates a wall, dome, box of some kind out of light. So it would be able to be passed through, assumably. And finally, the map update. As we can see on the warning monitors in the stations monitoring the harvester, this goes live in the game tomorrow, the three affected areas of the map update will be the train yard, sorting factory, and refinery. For train yard, it looks like as if it has just been completely obliterated and replaced with a salvage operation, so no more verticality fights for you there. For sorting factory, it's fallen into a giant pit of lava. You can see two interconnected tram stations in the images, shown, and a large Hammond-filled facility behind, likely the big draw of the POI, on the opposite side of the harvester against the mountain. These trams will likely move to ferry squads across the lava pit, as the cars can be seen in different positions in the two screenshots we have of it, and the name on the door is Tram Station. Finally, we don't have any idea what will happen to a refinery. Probably another Hammond facility. It is pretty close to Epicenter, which caused the giant freeze on that portion of the map, so maybe it's related to that. And considering this developer tweet, which suggests more snow coming, and we haven't seen any snow in the other two POIs, it's likely that this will be a pretty cold area. That's all from me. Peace.